welcome to my lovely little kitchen. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Dominika and I'm a pastry chef working for ISS in one of the key accounts in London. And I have to say a big thank you for our last week chef who I work with, so Chef Jamie. Well done, he was absolutely brilliant. We're going to wait a little bit more, make sure everyone else is going to join us.
Oh, somebody says hello. Hello to you.
Hello, hello. We are very happy to see you guys. It is a little bit improvised in my little studio, but I hope you're going to enjoy it. So what we're doing today is some vegan desserts, because me, personally, I kind of like vegan stuff, and I have a little bit of the lactose intolerance. And Dani, who's our cameraman today, actually she's vegetarian with a big love towards vegan items. So we hope you're gonna like it. We hope you're gonna like it. And first of all, they're easy to make at home.
Somebody says looking great, Dominika. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm doing my best, guys. That's my first time ever. Before we start, we're gonna wait a few more minutes for anyone else. I have done some prep. So we're doing three things. We're going to do a chocolate mousse, which we're going to top with salted caramel, and then we're going to roll some tasty power balls made on coconut and dates. To waste time life, I have already melted some chocolate, which is sitting here lovely waiting for its turn. There is some water for our dates, and I've also prepared and scaled some of the ingredients. Main reason, it will take so much time, and sometimes it's good to use your ingredients at the room temperature, even though they melted. And if you're wondering what are the ingredients, there is a recipe. There are recipes. They're posted in the stories. So please have a look and join us in the preparation. What time is it?
2:58.
58. We're going to take another 2 minutes. We're going to wait for anyone else who can join us. The main tool I'm using when I produce anything vegan related is blender, and I absolutely love a good blender. I'm going to use Vitamix today. I completely understand some of us don't have those or have different ones, even NutriBullet or Thermomix, brilliant one. For further recipes, I'm actually going to use a little blender to show you that you don't really need too much of the equipment to still get the nice results.
Oh, is the little one a hand blender? The ones that we put in pots?
This one is a hand blender,
nice.
And it has like a little chamber which actually does the same job. So I hope you're gonna like that. I think we can slowly start. So as I said, not to waste time, I have prepped my ingredients beforehand. And the first thing we're gonna do is the chocolate mousse, the vegan chocolate mousse, which is made on tofu. And in the recipe I mentioned it has to be a silken tofu. Main reason for it is the soft, nice and fluffy tofu will blend very nicely. So if you decide to make it home, please don't use the stiff one, because this one will be a little bit more difficult to blend and have a nice unifying texture. So that's what I'm using. I'm not branding any products, just for you guys to have an idea. So I'm gonna grab the jug. So we're gonna mix all the ingredients. So the first one is tofu.
And the recipe should be in the stories before the live, right?
Yes, the recipe has been already posted yesterday in the story. So if you want to have a look, it's 350 grams of silken tofu. Then we're gonna add in a little bit of maple syrup. It's 65 grams, but it doesn't really matter if you really want something completely sugar-free and you like your chocolate to be kind of more powerful. Please don't worry, just ignore that step. I'm gonna add a little bit of oat milk just to make it easy to blend, and a pinch of salt, because salt is always good. It always makes the flavor stronger. It kind of acts against the sweetness. And something I absolutely love, which is vanilla seeds. We're gonna scrape a real vanilla. This is like a big treat today. I don't know if anyone of you done it before, because usually we buy vanilla extract. I'm trying to do it nicely and neatly. So you would split it apart, and then you want to scrape these lovely seeds which are in the middle. I would be careful with scraping too much because you don't really want all the fibers in your recipe. But please don't call me wasteful, because this, at least in my home, always ends up in a custard sugar in a pot for a few weeks, and then you're having amazing coffee with the vanilla sugar.
Oh, that's how you make that brilliant coffee.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna add chocolate just yet. I'm gonna first mix all these ingredients. So if you
okay, that's gonna be loud, guys.
I'll try not to. I put it on a minimum. So I'm gonna actually take the advantage and I'm gonna show you. So when you blend all these ingredients together, you are ending up with a lovely fluffy pulp.
Oh, nice.
The brilliant thing about tofu, because it's made of soya has the kind of ability to kind of get airy and whippy. So that's why it's one of the best replacer in the vegan products when you don't really want to use dairy, and the amazing airiness whipping cream gives you. So I did melt the chocolate before. The chocolate I'm using is 70% chocolate. However, it all depends on your liking. Try to choose the good quality one. Ideally the one which is not made with palm oil. So it sometimes is really worth checking the labels. I can't really brand any, but let's try to scrape it all out.
We have, I think, a comment in Polish, which I do not know how to read. So I'm very sorry for that, Brumba1. But I can't read out your comment because I have no idea what it is.
Can you post it in English, please? Because yes, I'm Polish, which you can obviously tell by my accent. But
I am not, so I cannot read it.
No, that is Greek. So we have a little bit of a European theme going on here.
Exactly.
So when you're adding your chocolate, you're gonna blend it all together. And that should be it. This seems super easy, which it is. And I do guys strongly recommend trying to do it like that. We actually, as I'm Polish, we're gonna put a little spin on this one. We're gonna add a little bit of rum, because a little bit of rum is always a good idea. I shouldn't say it. We're gonna add a little bit. And that's it. Our chocolate mousse is ready. I'm gonna try to get it out nicely and neatly. The biggest problem of being a pastry chef is you have so many tools to wash.
Oh yes, it means she should say hello to her mom. She's already watching.
Oh my god. Cześć, mama. So yeah, my mom is watching. She doesn't understand a single word we're saying, but I guess that's what parents do. They will be on your side and support you.
Oh, that's lovely.
And this, I'm gonna put this back. So you can see my kitchen, the size of my kitchen is absolutely tiny, so we need to make the best out of it. So when my mousse is ready, I'm gonna move it into a piping bag. I'm simply gonna do it because I'm used to doing stuff that way. If you want to put them immediately in your containers, please feel free. But I'm actually gonna show you how to do something. If you actually have a piping bag at home and you want to use them nicely and act like a pro, which I'm not, you scrape everything into your piping bag, and you're gonna line a mug or a cup, or you see like a cutlery holder with this piping bag, so you don't really need to struggle, and you can take your time. Oh my god, it smells amazing.
I bet it does.
You're gonna scrape everything. We try our best. I think we're gonna be good. We're doing a little bit of mess around. And then all you need to do is with your piping bag, and you have control over its content, which is brilliant. We're gonna cut it up. we're gonna actually, excuse Danny, and clean a little bit because, yes, staying clean is probably one of the most important part of going online, right? So I would serve them in a glasses, but in my lovely little kitchen, I don't even have them. So we're gonna try to divide it in between containers. These containers here. And you can see the consistency is quite nice and fluffy. That's all thanks to a little bit of tofu we add inside.
It looks really nice, I think.
And let's hope it tastes good as well. I'm gonna tap it gently, just to make sure it's gonna taste nice and cool. We're gonna put this here aside because you want them to set a little bit. I would advise putting them in the fridge. Unfortunately, my fridge in this flat ain't gonna fit them. So we're gonna leave this loveliness here. And we're gonna move to the next thing. So the next thing we're gonna do is the power balls with a little bit of protein. Those are amazing. And the best part about them is you can add whatever you want inside. They will always work. And this is one of the reasons why I love vegan food. It's really difficult to not make it right. So for the next thing, what I'm missing, you can see it in the story. There are recipes. So there is a coconut, desiccated coconut, gluten-free oats, and the ground hazelnuts. I already scaled them before.
The ground hazelnuts look like brown sugar.
If you don't have ground hazelnut, you can use ground almonds, ground peanuts, absolutely any nuts. The amazing thing, they give so much flavor, but the other thing they are very good at, they absorb the moisture and makes everything just having a bit nicer texture. So that's why I like them so much. The other things we're gonna use for the recipe is a little bit of coconut oil, just to bond all the ingredients together and make sure they kind of stiffen up. And I have a half cup of a vegan chocolate protein we're gonna add inside. This is completely optional. If you like it, obviously feel free to use them. We need to prepare our dates. So I scaled the 100 grams of water ready here. And the other thing with the dates, now after Ramadan you can find them everywhere and they are absolutely amazing. They're all soft and really nice. You wanna have a look? They like, obviously you can get the dry one, but those are so full of moisture. So it's just a dream to actually use them. And in the recipe it says 150 grams, I believe. So we're gonna quickly get them ready. They're so big that actually it's just probably like 5 of them.
Just making sure you get the pit out because we don't want to eat that.
Oh no, please. Yes, thank you very much.
No problem.
I have the best helper ever. So yeah, make sure you remove them. If you can't find those particular ones, any other will do. You might just find that your final mixture might be a little bit too dry. And then feel free just to add a little bit of water or even a dash of milk. Obviously plant-based milk. To make sure the texture is right and you're enjoying eating it. It's almost there, almost there. Okay, we're gonna here. I'm gonna quickly wash my hands. So to blend them, you're gonna warm up the water. Warming your water simply helps to break them down. I have just boiled that water before we started this transmission. And yes, I'm gonna work out the way to do it gently. Yes. Are we there?
Those are the problems of a live video that you can't edit out. Bear with us, folks. There we go.
Thank you very much for your patience, guys. And you're just gonna blend it if you switch the power so. Or maybe not.
for the noise, guys. It's necessary, unfortunately.
It is necessary. Thank you for your patience with me trying to close the blender. Anyway, as soon as you're happy, they will not blend completely. You can carry on blending if you want a bit more smooth consistency, but I am happy with this one.
So it's going to look like a paste, kind of, isn't it?
Yes, that will be a paste. It actually, that's how we would call it. It's going to be a date paste.
Oh, lovely.
And as we finish with scaling, we're just going to put around some of the balls. So we're going to transfer this into the bowl, in which we're going to mix it with all the other ingredients. Actually, this one is way cleaner than the previous one. Yes, so I'm going to actually use this back. And you can use this immediately. Those are all the ingredients we said before. So it's desiccated coconut, gluten-free oats, and a little bit of ground nuts of your choice. We are using hazelnuts, and this blender is really not cooperating with us today. We'll see.
We might recommend you guys to buy a different blender if you're trying this at home to save the frustration.
Yes. All those ingredients are already blended. You're basically doing this just to unify them a little bit more. And these particular oats I'm having today, they're very big, so they might not be so pleasant to eat. That's why we're going to blend it a little bit. So as soon as we're happy with that, we're gonna try to put it apart like that. And this is the funny part, because we're actually going to mix it all together. If I would do it normally, I would probably use a KitchenAid or like any other food processor to mix it, but we're going to have a little bit of fun live today with that. And the last ingredient you're going to add there will be your coconut oil to make sure it's bonding. And this is where fun starts. Before I'm going to dip my hands in it completely, I'm going to prepare where I'm going to coat them. So the mixture might seem a bit loose at the beginning. Because if you think about it, all the ingredients you have inside, they absorb moisture. So you have oats, you have desiccated coconut, and you have your nuts. Nuts are brilliant at absorbing the moistures and keeping everything nice and soft. If you feel like you don't want nuts there, you can probably swap it with a little bit more of oats or a little bit more of desiccated coconut. I also add them for the flavor. Optionally, you can put a very generous spoon of peanut butter inside. But careful with peanut butter. Peanut butter tends to be very overpowering. So if you look on this, it doesn't really look appealing. But trust me, it's tasty. So what you're going to do, you're going to roll lovely balls with that.
Oh, somebody says looks satisfying.
I hope so. And it's guilt-free, guys. It is guilt-free. Almost. Obviously, it does have quite a lot of calories, but at least those are healthy calories. Not coming from sugar, if you think about it. This treat is completely sugar-free. Is because it's just natural sugar. We haven't had anything there.
And in here we've got the coconut bits, don't we?
Yes, that's desiccated coconut. We're gonna.
Lovely.
You can pretty much roll it with whatever you like. I'm gonna make them quite big, just to speed up.
Kind of like a healthier bounty.
It is. It is actually. It doesn't have chocolate, but actually this is a great suggestion. I've done it in the past. I would put there a spoonful of cocoa powder, or
ooh, nice.
Or something else, like even chocolate. Chocolate would work. Maca powder. A lot of vegan people love to use this one. I would recommend it as well. Tastes very good in that. I'm gonna do, because my hands are lovely, I'm gonna give them a wash. Because I'm a typical pastry chef who can't stay clean.
Yeah.
come back here.
There we go.
Technical break. So I'm gonna check if it's cold. So as soon as my balls are ready, we're gonna arrange them on the plate. And we're gonna carry on. I usually make them a bit smaller, but I think as you can manage. Then you can always say, I just had one.
It's not too much.
No, just one. They seems a bit soft now, but if you leave them for rest for a few hours in the fridge, preferably, they will firm up a little bit, so they will be definitely more pleasant to eat. I don't know, guys, do we have any questions? Anyone asking any questions? Is
No
everything
questions.
clear?
Yeah.
No?
If you guys want to ask anything, please do it. I'm going to read it out to her.
Okay, I'm gonna get this away. I'm gonna wash my hands again, and just because I have one blender, I'm gonna quickly give it a rinse to do a final bit of our cooking.
Oh, we do have a question. Where did you say we could find the recipes?
So the recipes are in UKISS.com's stories. So please feel free to go.
So here in these stories, basically, from yesterday.
Yes, they've been posted yesterday. So please feel free to go and check them. They will stay there for a bit because you can also find the recipes of the previous chefs doing the cook-offs. So if you want to actually have a look and find some
we
more
do
stuff.
have an answer as well. Recipes are on the highlights. Oh, which is nice. So then they're saved and you can go and have a look at them. Oh, are you going to deliver that to us?
I mean, I wish, guys, we can guarantee delivery. We will try. We'll definitely try to share with people around. Definitely with my lovely neighbors, Danny, who's doing amazing job, guys. She is the heart and soul of this cook-off today. So the last thing we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna give it a try. So our bowls are ready, our mousses are ready. The only thing we need to do, and it's absolutely yummy thing to do, is to make a vegan caramel sauce. If you think about it, caramel is usually mixed with some cream or milk or butter. We're gonna make it we're gonna make it vegan, and we're gonna make sure it actually resembles the real caramel. So
Thank you, Chef. Great demo. We've got a comment.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. I'm doing my best, you know. It's like a first time. So what we have here is maple syrup, which I absolutely love, and I use for everything instead of sugar, because this one is natural source of sugar, so you don't feel so bad. And the coconut oil, which I have melted previously and then cooled down a little bit to make sure it kind of emulsifies with the other stuff. And the last component we're gonna use is peanut butter. Peanut butter is always a good choice, and it is vegan. It's naturally vegan. So sometimes if you want to actually do something for vegan people, think peanut butter. It's always a good choice. So I'm gonna mix the coconut oil and a maple syrup, and I'm gonna add a generous spoon.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Oh yes,
That is a lot of peanut butter. That's how we like it.
exactly. And the best part is peanut butter is already salted, so you don't need to add extra salt. However, if you prefer to not to add peanut butter, please add a little bit of salt at that stage, and a little bit more blending, guys. Guys, and that's how magic happens. So these two ingredients with a little bit of the peanut butter will emulsify and create a kind of lovely, quite runny at that stage mixture, which will remain like that. So what I would do with it now, I would chill it for a few minutes, because coconut oil is set in general when we buy it. What I've done before the video, I actually made some, and I did chill it in the fridge for about half an hour before using. We take it out before we start the video, so you're ending up with quite nice and caramelly looking like.
Oh, nice.
Product.
And it's not running. You can add it to whatever you want.
Oh, it is not running at all. What we're going to do?
We've got a question.
Yes.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Oh, my inspiration. So, oh my God, I do get inspired by everything, but mostly I get inspired by flavors. So every time I create a dessert, I first think of the flavors I would like to mix, and which I think are matching. Then I would probably try them together, and then think what kind of creations I can make out of them. What's very important for me is having textures in my creations. It is a bit of a challenge with vegan recipes, and obviously these ones are one of the simplest you can do. But I do find it important to have a nice texture, because that actually changes the way we see food. We try. Actually, we just see. This is a long question to ask. I believe we eat with our eyes. So actually, this is perfect question to ask now, because you have to make stuff which are pretty. So the final part of our cooking today, gonna be making sure this stuff actually, even though they made at home, and even though we're gonna use very simple ingredients, gonna look pretty and presentable, and we're gonna feel good about sharing those with our friends and family.
For anybody who has joined us now, these are the chocolate mousses that we made in the beginning. So when if you're gonna rewatch this from the beginning, basically you're gonna see Dominika creating these from scratch.
Yes, just to recap, these are made with tofu, so soya, chocolate, and some other ingredients like maple syrup, oat milk. We add a little bit of rum because we are decadent, and some vanilla, which is even more decadent. Something I always like to do, I like to grate a little bit of chocolate on top of my mousses, just to give it actually a little bit of texture, and that's the easiest way to decorate things. Apologies for my very rubbish grater.
And I was wondering what that gigantic chunk was over there. That was a huge chunk of chocolate, guys.
Yes, which we have absolutely everywhere now, but we're gonna stay with it. So the next thing, and I do like to finish my dessert asymmetrically, we're gonna put a little bit of this lovely caramel on sides. You can always put more, but if you think about it, it's just maple syrup and coconut oil, so the calorie content is huge. I'm gonna grab some of those strawberries. And the other thing I found today in the shop, and I absolutely love them, I don't know what about you, Dani, is physalis.
Oh, yes.
I could eat them just like that.
Yeah, they look like little flowers, don't they?
They do, but they give amazing acidity to your products. And I just like to use them because they're very decorative. I'm gonna actually... I grab one more. And then strawberries. I would recommend using any other berries on top of that. Again, acidity of the fresh fruits, and now it's the perfect season for it. It's brilliant and amazingly complement the flavor of the chocolate. we can go decadent and sprinkle some all over our truffle. So for the final take, we have just one of those. We're gonna make sure these are presentable. So guys, yes, that's it for today. So to recap, we made a vegan chocolate mousse with a salted caramel topping, and then we made some lovely protein balls. We actually have enough protein in these ones, but it is very much up to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this live video, and I need to say a big thank you to Dani, who's our cameraman today, and she did brilliantly.
Well, I'm gonna get something out of this, definitely.
Oh yes, she's having a takeaway. And guys, I hope you're gonna join us next week with another chef who's gonna cook something brilliant for you. So thank you very much.
Ooh, somebody says, well done, Dominika. Great demo.
Thank you very much, guys.
And you can do it in a small kitchen. You don't have to worry. Even with one bit, Dominika can do it without her professional kitchen. So, you know, it is doable.
It is doable, guys. It's super easy and it's super tasty. So thank you very much. We're going to say bye-bye now.
Thank you for everybody's comments of well done. Thank you, guys.